Thank you, Brad and Lena, for those excellent points. And I just wanted to kind of, when it comes to nutrition, I wanted to go over a topic that I am really passionate about, and that's considering when considering nutrition as fueling rather than dieting. And the reason why I like to kind of frame it in this way is because it makes a lot more sense to digest and to think about objectively when chunking out of the details. So coming away from the macronutrients, coming away from counting calories, coming away from getting enough fiber in. Do you have enough protein, etc. like that? So and counting that. Let's just chunk up a little bit to the big picture of what we're going to achieve. Then it's easy to kind of get a kind of an overview of where we are. 'Cause sometimes we can get stuck a little bit in the details, which can seem overwhelming. So this video, the goal is to just chunk up a little bit and create a little bit more calm platform for you to to start thinking about these decisions that you're struggling with. So there's three components I like to think about when it comes to fueling. So number one is like, what are your goals? So what's your goals for your training goals, your nutrition goals, your body composition goals, your energy goals? So when you think about goals, you're making them as specific towards your athletic purpose, your fitness purpose and your body composition purpose as possible. So if the goal is to lose weight, the goal is to exercise more often, the goal is to build muscle, the goal is to shred body fat. And we want all of these things. Let's be honest, we want all of these things. We don't just want to lose weight. We actually want to look good, feel good, perform better. We want to have less pain. We want to be able to kind of have more energy with our family, more energy to do more of the things that we enjoy. So that's ultimately what we want. So think about the goals. There's a lot of things there. So we want to lose weight. We want to lose weight. We want to lose fat in particular. We want to build muscle, and we want more energy. All of these things have fuel demands, right? These things need fuel. To build muscle, you need protein, you need growth hormone, you also need energy so you can perform better numbers in the gym, so you can actually build those muscles. To burn fat, you need the same thing. You need a higher metabolism, you need regular exercise, you need cardiovascular movement, you need to be fueling regularly. And then also to get more energy, we need to make sure we can consume enough energy for our physical demands and our needs. The second part after goals is like, what are your weekly, daily actions and commitments? So your weekly, daily actions, commitments. How often you're going to train per week? What kind of training are you going to be doing? What activities do you like to do? Do you like to play soccer, Muay Thai, football, running, cycling, Ironman? Whatever it is, you want to be able to do these things. So you need enough energy in order to do those. So if you're dieting and you're restricting your calories right down, the last thing you're going to think about wanting to do is going to the gym and training, because you're low on energy. And lastly, what does your daily cycle look like? Are you up early in the morning and do you go to bed early at night? Or are you up late in the morning and you go to bed late at night? Both things need to be taken into consideration when you're trying to fuel for your day. So when we try to fuel for a day, we need to take into consideration these three parts. So fueling for your day means wake up in the morning. The most important thing you can do first thing in the morning when your body is waking up, when your body has just fasted for 8 hours, 7 hours, however long it's been, is to make sure you get the right appropriate amount of fuel into the body. Here's a great opportunity to get protein, carbohydrates, fats, essential nutrients, vitamins, minerals that your body needs. We can do that by having plates of veggies, fruits, oatmeal, almond milk, granola, essential fats, avocados, eggs. This is the perfect meal to go. I like to think about breakfast in abundance. Okay, and then obviously your day is going to then evolve. Your day is going to evolve. You're probably going to have a training session in there somewhere. If you're going to be if you like to train early in the morning, my recommendation is to train fasted and then to have breakfast. If you're not used to that, if you feel like you can't kickstart or rev up your metabolism first thing in the morning, then have a small breakfast, nothing too big, just enough to kind of get you fueled. You can have a coffee and maybe a banana for something like that. It's going to give you like maybe 150 calories, just enough to get you through your training session, and then explore breakfast afterwards and make sure you have an appropriate breakfast. As you go on through the day, those meals should start to taper, because at some point you're going to need to rest, recuperate, your body needs to slow down and you want to go to bed, which means that the last thing you need is to be eating late at night. So as the time goes on, you want to be reducing your calories down, and we try to reduce your meals the size and density down, so that you can have the appropriate rest at nighttime. Some of you are going to ask me, what happens if you train in the evening? Well, if you fueled through the day, you should have enough energy and calories to also train in the evening. Then follow that up with a small light snack. It could even be something like a small light piece of protein with a little bit of carbs and a little bit of fats. A shake is a good idea, or you can have a small meal. Nothing too heavy before you go to bed. Because if you fuel up correctly throughout the course of the day, you're going to build up the enough stores so that you can have a great session in the evening. You definitely don't want to fuel heavy and then try and work out, because that's just not going to work. Your body's going to be digesting. You're going to feel like you're going to be burping. You're going to be gassy. You're going to feel sluggish. You're better off going a little bit lower, and then maybe have something during the workout just to kind of keep you going, a little bit of liquid calories or some fruits, and then have a light meal afterwards. You won't run out of energy if you fuel enough first thing in the morning. If you wake up in the morning, you have you just have coffee, you're gonna have a banana snack and then a small lunch, then you're gonna try and train at night, then you're gonna have a big dinner. You're not gonna have enough energy to train, first of all. You're not gonna be able to push the numbers that you want to be able to push in the gym. And then having a heavy meal afterwards is going to be the worst thing that you could possibly do for your sleep, and you won't be able to digest those nutrients very well. So when we're talking about fueling, we want to fuel for the day that you're going to have. It's like starting your car in the morning or going for a long journey in the car. You want to make sure you've got the fuel in there, so by the time you get to where you want to go, the tank is going to be sort of half empty, right? And then then the next day kind of fill it up, start again. If you use the lower part of the petrol tank, you're going to be using the drebs, and the engine's not going to work well. It's going to feel sluggish, and you're going to do damage to the engine, which effectively is a similar kind of thing for your internal energy system too. So we're looking at the three factors. What are your goals? What are your objectives, your actions, and your commitments to achieving those goals? And what does your daily cycle look like? Once you've understand those three things, then you can start to fuel appropriately in order to attain those three factors. So that's a little short video on how to fuel for your goals rather than thinking about dieting. I hope this helps.